Dear student, in today's class, we have to continue with the structure of the C program. I expect from you, that is in the last class, what we have taught, you know better and clarified. If there is anything else doubt, kindly make the comments so that in some of the lecture, we will be discussing and clarifying your doubts. What is the structure and the syntax structure of the C program? You remember that syntax is the collection of commands or the rules that follow to write a program. So in C, there is the following syntax structure before writing the program, everybody to understand. First, let's comes to, it is written that hash include stdio.h. Hash is known as preprocessor, include is known as your directory, stdio.h is the header file. Like this, many header files are there. Without the header file, the functions will not work. What is function, how function work, that will be discussed in the next some slides. Void is known as your return type, main is the function. Function is indicated by parenthesis, open parenthesis and close parenthesis. And whatever the statement we have to write, the logic will be writing, or the block of statement will be written, that to be written in between the two curly bracket, that is open curly bracket and the close curly bracket. Open curly bracket represent the start of the program and close curly bracket represent the end of the program that compiler can identify. Whatever the statement we are writing in the C, that must be ended with a semicolon mark. Dot 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 represent that as many statement we want for the program we can write, and the getch is a function what makes the output, because if you don't give the getch, the program will be terminated, and by using keyword alt F5 or within the certain environment window user screen, we can get the output. Otherwise, if we want, we run the program. While we will be writing the program, we will be displaying you and showing you getCS function is used to make the purging activity to get the output. Otherwise, there is no more requirement for using the getCS. Related to all the statement that is written here, as we discuss, hash is preprocessor, stdio.h is the header file. Like stdio.h, many other header files are there. How can you know it is a header file? Which file's extension is given as .h is known as your header file. All header files are present in the directory. Include hash is the preprocessor, which is little bit easy to understand. Hash is a connector which connect all header file from the specific directory. Within those header file, functions are defined as I discussed. If you do not include those header file, the function will not work. Include is known as your directory where header files are present. Void is the return type. Main is the function. Curly bracket contain the block of code. getCS is used for making the purging activity. Already we have discussed and it is mentioned for your reference. What is the C programming rules? Remember, every C program is the combination of a function. Without the function, we cannot write a C program. To write the C program, everything to be written by the help of a function. Every C program, first of all, requires a function known as main function. It is a predefined function without which a program cannot be written. C program starts with open curly bracket and ends with close curly bracket. Every C keyword must be written in small letter because there is a great distinction between the capital letter and small letter. If you are writing capital main, it is wrong. You have to write the small main. Means you have to write all the keywords of the predefined function in small letter. Otherwise, the compiler generate errors. Every C statement must be ended with a semicolon mark. Every statement you have to end with a semicolon mark. Semicolon mark represents the end of the statement. User can write in any part of the editor, but basically it is advised to write from the first row and first column of the editor. Otherwise, it is not a better understanding and readable for any user instances. While we write the C program, there are many softwares are there There are many softwares are there such as Turbo, ANSI, Boroland, or you might be using any editor for writing the program. But basically while we are running the program, we have to use either the Turbo editor or the online editor, but the basic code remains same. Basically in Odisha region, most of the people, or even if in India, most of the people are using the Turbo version. That software is available free, or you can copy from your friend and you can install in your system. As we discuss, every C program needs a function, hence we should know what is a function. Remember, already in some extent I have discussed, function is a subroutine which contains the block of code, which means that function set of code it holds, and every set of code has a certain goal to achieve. Hence, it is written which has some specific purpose, and the benefit of the function is reusability, means we write once, we can use in many often, and also it makes easy to understand, debug and maintain for the future. Functions are basically classified into two types, library function and user defined function. You can tell library function as a predefined function or the system function, system defined function, and those functions are available in the C library at the manufacture time is known as your library function. Many examples are there. Some of the example is mentioned: printf, scanf, getTest, puttest, clear screen. All are known as your predefined function. What is user defined function? Those functions are defined by the user by means of any character combination but ended with a parenthesis is known as your user defined function. You can define user defined function in capital or small as you like. Katak is a user defined function. Hello is a user defined function. In Katak we write everything in capital. In hello we write first letter is H. We may write all the small letter. There is no restriction. But remember, the predefined function which is already available with the library, most of the 99% functions must be written in a small letter. But in user defined function, you can mix all the capital, small or the toggle cases. All the functions can be termed as IO function. Why it is termed as IO function? Because we have to give the input and get the output. Hence, all the function, whatever we use, just like number function, character function, string function, all those functions are known as your input output function, and some few functions are input function, few functions are output function, because by some function user can give the input and by some function user can get the output. Different IO functions will be printf, scanf and many other functions we will be discussing in the next part. In this section or in this lecture we discuss the basic rules of the C program and what are the different programming rule that has to be followed while writing the C program, what is function and what are the different types of function, and in the next class we have to discuss more about the function. We will be discussing the function, then we have to know some function, then we have to write the program and run the program. I hope this today's lecture will be beneficial for you and which will be more important for your next section, because this is the foundation of your entire programming. If you understand this rule, then there will be no problem at all to develop the program which will be starting in the next class. I expect I give my service, better service to you, and I again try my best to give more better service what is permissible or which is possible by me to you. And if you like this talk, it is not my request, it is my suggestion to subscribe, like or make any comment. Thank you and hope you all the best, and we will be again meeting in the next class. Thank you.